Hey, what's up, people? This is Sarang, and in this video, we are going to talk about calories. Exactly, is calorie counting for you? Should you count calories if you are trying to lose weight? Exactly, if yes, and when is the point from which you should start counting calories, and exactly how to do it? How to be in a calorie deficit? How to calculate your maintenance calories, and the whole deal with calories. So this is a topic that I'd say is one of the most fundamental topics if you're trying to lose weight. So it is really important that you understand this whole deal. So the first question is, who are the people that should count calories, or should you count calories or not at all? You can, but there is a certain nuance involved in that. And that is, if you're just starting out, if you're just someone who is just starting out on losing weight, focus on eating 3 to 4 times or 2 to 3 times per day, and every meal should have good amount of protein and should be composed of a whole real food that is not processed or that is minimally processed or minimally refined. And try to really focus on the amount of nutrition you're getting, the quality of protein you're getting, the amount of protein you're getting. And once you just focus on the basic things first, good nutrition, enough protein. I'd say that even if you're just starting out, even if this is your just first day on a diet, even then you should at least count for protein, because protein is something that is very, very important if you're trying to lose weight. Focus on getting 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. There are many calculators. I will link one down below if you want to calculate your protein intake per day if you want to lose weight. So focus on getting healthy, nutritious, whole food meals along with proper amount of protein per meal throughout the day. When you have, if you just do this for a few weeks or a few months, you are going to experience significant amount of weight loss. So I'd say push the whole calorie counting and weighing and measuring stuff to push it as far as you can, and really ride the pony until it dies. So what I mean by that is, keep eating healthy, keep focusing on protein, sleep, recovery, stress, and exercise. If you just focus on these basic things for at least for the first month or two, you will experience significant amount of weight loss. At some point you will start to plateau, because you somehow will manage to overeat on that, or there are many reasons because of which plateaus can occur, and one of which is at certain point our body really starts to resist losing weight. At that point, at the point where you are doing everything, every basic and fundamental thing right, and you're still plateauing, at that point you should start counting calories and start weighing and measuring the food that you're eating. So that answers basically the first two questions. Who are the people that should count calories? People who have covered all the basic stuff. You're doing everything, the fundamentals, you have got the fundamentals covered, and now you're plateaued. Then you should start counting calories if you are plateaued. If you're not, then why you are bothering to make things complicated? So on to the third question, how to really do this whole calorie counting thing. So if you followed what I said in this video for the first 1 month or 2 months and you lost a bunch of weight and now you're plateaued, at that point what you have to do is you need to count your calories for 3 days. Count your calories and the amount of protein that you're eating. Be very specific and be as detailed as you can. If you want to look at what certain food, how many calories certain food has, you can just simply type that in Google. So for example, if you type how many calories potatoes has, or you just type potato, the word potato in Google search, it will link up the Wikipedia article, and it has all the amount of calories, carbohydrates, protein, fats, everything. So you can pretty much do this with any food. There are apps like MyFitnessPal you can use to really go into detail about tracking and measuring calories. So what you need to do at this plateau point is you need to first count calories and weigh and measure things for the first 3 days. And you need to take average of the whole 3 days. So what I mean by that is, let's say that your average of those 3 days is 1500 to make things simpler. So at that point, what you need to do is you need to decrease your calories by 200. So just remove any food group that is primarily fat or primarily carbohydrate. So for example, potatoes is something that is a primary source of carbohydrate, And if you just cut that out, then you won't be sacrificing your protein, and still you will get in a certain sufficient calorie deficit. You can cut out like things like oils, unnecessary added fats, or you can cut out things like fruits, or try to first cut out the primary sources of carbohydrate and fats. Don't cut out things like eggs or chicken or yogurt or nuts from the get-go, because those are your sources of protein, and you should always care for your protein. Spare as much protein as you can when you're trying to decrease your calories. This is very important tip, by the way, that if you are decreasing your calories, then you need to make sure that you do not decrease the amount of protein you have. So at this point, if you reach a certain point at which you just cannot, there are no primary sources of carbohydrate or fat left, at that point you have to decrease some food that contains protein. But then you also need to add some low calorie lean protein sources like egg whites or chicken, or simply protein supplements work best at such scenarios when you have to decrease your calories, but there is really no primary source of carbohydrate or fat left. So the other way that you can go in putting yourself in a calorie deficit at a plateau is you can just increase the volume and intensity of your exercise. So say that you are going only 3 days per week to the gym. You can increase that to 4 days or 5 days, or just simply increase the intensity or volume or the overall time of your workout. Even adding things like cardio or sprinting or such small activities every day also can put you in a sufficient calorie deficit, which will again break your plateau and you will start losing weight. So all in all, to summarize the whole video, what you need to do is first get the whole basics handle. Eat 3 meals a day with enough protein, and make sure that you like try to nail down the habits of eating minimally processed, minimally refined whole foods first. Focus on getting 7 to 8, ideally 9 hours of sleep. Hit the gym, like maybe not gym, but do any kind of activity that you like at least 3 to 4 times per week. This alone will help you to lose significant amount of weight. Once you hit a plateau, at that point, start counting calories, start weighing and measuring things. Take average of 3 days and really put yourself into so whatever your average comes, say it is 1500, put yourself in a 200 to 300 calorie deficit by either decreasing primary sources of carbohydrates or fats, or just increase your activity level by in intensity, volume, or adding things like cardio or sprinting or something like that. So this is the rough summary, and I hope you understood what I wanted to tell you in this video. Calories do matter on weight loss, but don't use it as an excuse to just eat about anything, because I have seen many people do this. They just like eat ice cream and eat pizza, and as long as it fits their macros, they eat it. That approach works, but in long term, that is most likely you are going to fail, and you won't really heal the thing that is broken inside you. So that is it. That is all I wanted to tell you in this video. Focus on quality and fundamentals first, then get into calorie counting and go from there. So yeah, so if you have liked this video, hit the like button, comment if you have any question, and subscribe to my channel, because as you can see, I have really low subscribers. I am 3 months into making videos and they are really low. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.